my name is Emily. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making pound cake. This is a very basic pound cake. We can dress it up and do some other things with it, but this is going to be a really good basic dessert for you to know how to do. So let's get started. And what we have here is 8 ounces of cream cheese, 6 eggs. You want to make sure to break the eggs in a separate dish, just in the event that you get a bad egg. This way you don't contaminate all of your other ingredients. A teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, 3 sticks of butter, and then we have 3 cups of flour and 3 cups of sugar. Okay, so we're going to start off by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. You're also going to want to make sure that you have plenty of room in your oven so that another rack isn't too close to it for when you put the cake in. Grease the bundt cake pan, just use some butter, just grease it up in all the little crevices because you don't want your cake to stick inside the pan once you've done all this work. So I grease it up and then I put a little bit of flour in here. I'm just going to turn it around like this. So we have just a light coating of flour and butter in the pan. So we're going to get started by creaming the butter right in there and the cream cheese together. Stick those right in. And a stand mixer usually works the best. You can do it with a hand mixer. You're just going to obviously have to hold on to it. Now we're just looking for a uniform consistency, so you can't really tell what was butter and what was cream cheese. So we're essentially just breaking up the ingredients and putting it together. Alright, next what we're going to do is try to beat up these eggs a little bit. So we're going to put the eggs in here, back on the mixer, raise it back up. Start slowly so stuff doesn't shoot out. Vanilla. Pinch of salt, that teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go ahead and dump the sugar in. I'm going to put the flour in last. I'm going to put half the sugar in here. Start it again. And the sugar just kind of got absorbed into that mixture. Put the rest of the sugar right in. Good enough. And now we're going to put about half the flour in. Try to get as much as you can in the bowl. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Give this a little mix. Nice and slow because the flour will poof up and turn you into a bit of a ghost. So you want to make sure that you start off the mixer slow. So we just barely started incorporating that. So you can see it's really starting to come together. Now we're going to put the rest of the flour in. We're going to mix it well, make sure that everything is fully incorporated, but you also don't want to overmix it because again, that's going to give you not a very good tasting cake. You can see that it's a little bit chunky, it's not super smooth, and that's okay. The chunks that you have in here are going to be the butter, where it also mixed with some of the egg and the flour and the sugar, but it's all going to melt in the oven. It's all going to melt together, so it's okay. This is essentially it. We are ready to go. Here for about 10 minutes, and what that's going to do is going to give it time to kind of suck back into itself. You don't want to try to invert it right away, so let it sit in the pan for about 10 minutes. And then once we've done that, we'll put it onto another cooling rack so that it can cool off completely. To just kind of make a little bit more out of this, instead of just putting the fruit with the pound cake is going to be sweeter, so we kind of want to sweeten this up a little bit too to match it. So we're taking some lemon juice here. This is half of a lemon, just squeezed. I'm going to put about half of this container right in. The lemon juice goes really great with the fresh fruit. It really adds a lot of flavor. And then I'm going to take some powdered sugar. So just regular powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, however sweet you want to make this. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon here. Just sprinkle this right on. Take my spoon, just gently because you don't want to bruise up the fruit too much. Perfect. A little bit of the lemon juice flavor, a little bit of the extra sweetness with the confectioner sugar. It's perfect. Again, add a little more sugar or a little less sugar, whatever you like. That's basically what the inside's gonna look like. little extra. We're gonna take our fresh fruit that looks so delicious and just put it right over on top here. So you get the lovely color of the bright red, blue, and the yellow of the inside of the cake. This is so good. The warm pound cake. A little bit of the juice from the fresh fruit and the fresh berries. This is so good. I hope you love this recipe. This recipe is very special to me. It came from my aunt. So I've had this pound cake with her a lot. It always reminds me of her when I think of her. So here's a little family tradition from me and on to you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make some really great variations.